Little bit of a different video in this one. This is a review, kind of a review, not really. It's just me walking around the streets of Sydney shooting a couple of rolls of film with my Olympus OM-1, and I'm hitting off a couple of locations, heading down to the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, and yeah, let's get into it. So the Olympus OM-1 is a 35mm SLR, and I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's quite compact, and more compact than what it was in the past. I'm shooting with a Zuko 50mm 1.8, and I love this combo. The film stocks we're shooting today are a little bit of Kodak and Ilford. So we've got Kodak 400 Ultra Max. This is pretty basic film, daylight balanced, and the Ilford's HP Plus 5, which is super economical these days. It's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. Both of these film stocks are affordable compared to some other stuff, but yeah, I don't mind it. And next time I shoot with black and white, I'm gonna actually push the film. I think it can go from 800 to 1600 ISO, and they say it's good. So here we go. We're gonna start off this. Sometimes this is it. So sometimes I fall short with my ideas with street photography. If it's not clicking with the subjects and with like people, then I just end up doing landscapes and architecture. So I love to look up, I love to look at buildings, I love symmetry, I love looking up and seeing shapes and seeing the architecture, and you'll see that a lot coming out in this video. Walking through Hyde Park, you've got the War Memorial and also the cityscape just surrounding Hyde Park. It is actually beautiful in Sydney, and making your way to the fountain. Now, I will point out one thing that I'm trying to do. You can see the photo on the left has a couple of people. Now, I'm trying to do this thing where, and I don't know what it is called or if it's got a technique, but small subjects in large frames is essentially what I'm going for. So you'll see a theme in these photos. The Olympus OM-1 is lightweight and it's compact with the 50mm lens on it. It's really a breeze to walk around with in the city, and there's nothing wrong with it really. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite cameras to use. Next spot is, what is this? I don't know what this church is called. St. Mary's Cathedral, I think it is. And yeah, it's nice. I mean, this is a full-on sunny day. Like, there's hardly any clouds in the sky, so I'm shooting sunny 16 the whole time. And that was actually the last frame of black and white, but you'll see a few more photos of black and white later on. Right now we're loading up the Ultra Max, and I think it's Ultra Max. Worth mentioning that all of these shots that you're seeing in this video are straight from the film processor. That's Do Film Labs in Sydney. They do great work, and they do ECN film, and they do everything really there. But yeah, everything straight from the processor. Next location is the Domain. Now the Domain's a little bit interesting, but it's kind of got a nice view from the outside, but these are a couple of things that I got. Now, I don't know if I would get any of these framed necessarily, but this next shot, probably I would get this front framed just because it's kind of interesting. And this is what I was getting at, small subjects in large frames, so I don't mind that one. I've had this Olympus OM-1 for probably, I was trying to figure it out before this video, and I think it was between 2020 and 2021, right on the onset of COVID. My granddad gave it to me, and he was given it to him by somebody else. Next location is the New South Wales Gallery, I'm not sure. And I went here on a really fun date once, and I fell in love with her. The view from there is quite nice, and then walking. Also, this must be after the gallery, possibly, not too sure. Mrs. Macquarie's chair, this might be on the way to there. But yeah, I took a nice photo of this one. Now, a little boring, there's actually no subject in this photo, so I just saw these buildings and thought it was nice, like a little bit of older school buildings. Sydney's getting redeveloped by the minute, so spot that you'd probably recognize. And also just shout out to the iPhone 17. All this footage is coming from the iPhone 17. I'm also doing a little bit of a test on the camera as well. Yeah, not really too much. I mean, Bus About Sydney or Big Bus Sydney or whatever that is, and beautiful day in the city, like on and off with the heat, but awesome weather in April. in Sydney, and there you go, you got the nice Sydney Harbour Bridge. But the Opera House photos are where I was mostly focused on in this session, and you can never get the steps fully clear unless you maybe come in the morning, but I don't mind, that's all part of the charm. And yeah, there you go, like small subjects in wide frames. That's kind of what I'm going for on the right side. And then a little bit of a close-up of the shell structure of the Opera House. Small subjects in large frames, I'm going for it. Not really sure, but I would frame that photo and you'd just be able to look at it and see these little details, but I don't mind it. A little bit of the cityscape. I was so glad that there was some clouds in the background. Shout out to this one random building, I have no idea, but the dude had a mad shoe collection that you could see from the street, so I had to back it up and take a nice photo of the street. I thought it complemented the moped picture quite well. Nice, anonymous, weird looking, I don't know, dystopian building, or not sure. Now, we're onto a couple other photos. These are back to black and white now. They're a little bit more artistic, or maybe not artistic, but a bit abstract, and a couple of photos that I liked. Now, this is a building it's on top of Central Station, and it's going to be a bunch of government buildings, but I thought it was super cool, just this like skeleton of scaffolding with cranes. Another favorite of mine, small subjects in large frames, the fisherman in Brighton Le Sands. That is a dope photo. I am in love with this photo, and I might do a little bit of post-processing on it, maybe up the contrast a little bit more dehazed to bring out the clouds a little bit, but I might get this one framed. It's pretty cool. Shout out to my brother Dylan, best barista in probably the world, but definitely in Sydney, and he loves posing for a photo. Now, I usually do frame people within a frame, a picture in a picture, but in this instance, I didn't realize that he was so centered into the middle of the window behind him. If I hadn't noticed that, I might have reframed him a little bit higher or lower in the image to get him right center, but happy with how it turned out. I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with the noise of this. I'll turn it up in a second. This is pretty random. Brighton Le Sands after a run. I noticed probably 30 like pre-90s Porsche cars, air-cooled engines, some sort of club, and I've just added this color grade onto the iPhone footage to see what I can bring out of it. I'll just leave you with this for the time being. iPhone 17 footage, and my initial idea with these people was to talk to them and see if I could shoot a video, shoot a little mini doc about them, but they all pulled out before I got a chance. But I did get this video, so quite happy I got this. But you know, you gotta just take the moments that you can, and I didn't get any photos of these guys. I'd already put my camera away, but glad I got this clip. But that's about it. So that's this roll review, a couple rolls. If you liked this, let me know, and I've got a lot more film to go through and maybe some future projects. But catch you in the next one, and hopefully fuel prices go down.